Oh, ribeye is so tasty, right? To me, it's one of the tastiest cuts of beef you can get. Speaker I have for my PC is Skull Candy, the one I've had since 2010, still going great. Nice. I have a little Bose mini speaker bar for mine. My speakers back in the UK, they wired plug for UK style outlets, so I was like, well, I've had these forever. They're great still, and I was sad to let them go, but I'm like, I'm not fucking around. Because I don't know as well what the voltages are and if it's going to be any different for the outlet, for the wattage and voltage and blah, blah. Oh, I'll just leave them. You know, I'll not ship them out. And I'll get new speakers. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I did have this mini wireless speaker bar that I had down in the living room for my laptop. And I was like, why don't I just bring that? I've got an auxiliary cable. I can use this for now as a temporary. And a year later, I still haven't bought new speakers. I probably should. Because overall this has decent sound, but I can get better. I can absolutely have better, you know? Alright, let's get some stone. I don't need that many, but grab a small chunk of stone. I need to figure out what I'm gonna... I need to be able to make stone walls, I think. Oh boy. I need stone walls. I only needed like 4 for this. Let's do that from in here. I will install a log in each of these. I need 2 more logs and a whole bunch of planks. So we've got an empty house here. We've got another big empty house. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. My old house as well. I should move one of the other people in. My cell phone is a S8 last Galaxy to have the headphone jack. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like Samsung don't do it anymore either, right? So this house, Samboja, can move into the one behind. So yeah, I'm just trying to like upgrade everybody's houses to the best style possible. So, but in order to do that, you have to move them out of the house. Samboja. Wait, I thought Samboja lived with someone? Didn't they live together with somebody else? Like, what? Yeah. Why did they just look for an opportunity to split up like that? I don't want to live with this person. No, you're moving together as a couple. Stay together as a couple. Yeah, get over here. There we go. The 2 of you will breed, by God. I mean, live together. Oof. Oof. Oh boy. Some flips don't have the jack either, really. And I think my last flip phone was also a Samsung, like way back in the early days of smartphones becoming a thing. Alright, stones, get rid of those, just get rid of the sticks for now. Let's make some more. No, 22. Yep. Let's make some more planks. Excuse me a moment, I just need to use this workstation. Thing is, when you free up a workstation, rather than just loiter until you're done, the people just fuck off. They just walk off. They're like, well, fine then. They're still working, even though they're not physically here doing the animation, but it's like, are they though? I can't tell. It does kind of worry me. Yeah, it was great that she was able to get the headphones free though, right? That's really cool breed. That was a slip of the tongue, okay? Just a slip of the tongue, nothing more. Alright, that's one segment done. I don't know if we have enough planks to do the whole roof on this one. These small houses can be for the new people that move in, I suppose. Which means I should probably plan out another big house. Because we have... That house is empty now, right? Or is it? This one empty? Oh, this one isn't. Okay. But this one is. So now we can start demolishing the roof on this one. And we've got this house here as well. We've got 2 more houses to relocate. Now I could move those guys into these, I suppose, and finish these off. It's always possible. Learn the Flip is the worst choice for cycling because it can close/move and can't be fitted nicely to the bike. I mean, I guess as well, like a lot of like mounts are made for big square, big rectangular phones, right? So smartphones. I wonder if you could get like an in-car mount for a regular old style flip phone. Probably not. Let me go and pilfer 2 more logs. See, look, they don't come back after you've done. You're like, get off that workstation, I'm busy. I need to use it. And they're like, okay, and then they fuck off for the rest of the day and do nothing. And I'm like, wait. I didn't mean go away forever. I just need 2 logs for now. Oh, did we have any spare planks? We do have spare planks, don't we? Oh god, we got a load, because the woodshed is making planks for me. Oh, there we go. She's like, I'm back. That is such a weird thing. That's it, they just say F you with your fancy flips. Exactly, yeah. It's like, but these are cool. And if you're still making them, you know, provide accessories, including mounts for bikes and cars. Ding! Yes, another house. Man, we are rocking the house building today. Excelente. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with this big open space here. Like, what could I possibly do? I could make a communal fire pit area, but everybody, well, not everybody. I haven't built enough decorations in people's houses. Like, look at this. They've got like a bench in the middle of a weed patch. I need to put like a log fire here, I think, or something. Yeah, she just went out for lunch. Make a park. That's it. I was just thinking like a big fire pit, some benches around it, but I'm doing that in everybody's front yards as well. Because then in the evening, people don't just stand around staring into space like creepy weirdos. They actually go and sit down at these things and, you know. Let's see, what else are we gonna get rid of? Feathers are gonna have to go somewhere else. But yeah, if you don't make a bunch of seats and fire pits and stuff, people just stand around and go, when they're done working for the day, and you're like, it's like the Village of the Damned. It's very creepy and weird, and I don't like it. And you're like, just stop it, please go and do something. And they're like, duh. So, yeah. Okay, leather. Let's turn these into something. Let me get this fur. So I'm gonna go and decorate a few things. Wicker baskets. Tons of stone, straw. There's a couple of old wine bottles here. I think my wife drank all the wine I left in the house. Wooden cup. Why do we have a wooden cup? Maybe I picked it up from a bandit camp? Probably did. I forgot now. Right, so let's make some water skins. That's it, they stare into the fire. What we shouldn't do is make a bunch of orbs so that they can ponder. If we do that, we are in trouble. We are in a lot of trouble. No pondering orbs in this village. There will be none of that nonsense. We do not want portals to extra-dimensional horrors opening up here. Thank you very much. Okay, I will put the feathers in here and the water skins. wicker baskets. And I will take all this fur, and we shall begin decorating houses. So this one here, I do have a couple of rugs already. I'll try and get a couple of rugs in all the houses. This one doesn't have any yet. Okay. Well, we will decorate here. Badger or goat or boar. Go with goat. And here we'll go with boar. Yeah. Spaces 2 and 4 will be goat and boar. This house over here. Who lives here, by the way? Does anybody actually live in this house? I think they do. Yeah, Ludmira lives here. The woodcutter. Yeah, their yard needs work. So space 2, goat. Space 4, boar. Standard format housing, you know. I kind of wish they would decorate their own houses. That would be pretty good. Oh, we'll do this big one here first as well. So yeah, we moved in America over here. We don't have enough fur? Oh, okay. Surprising how quickly you run out of that stuff. I'll wait for some more to come in. I should eat food. Mushrooms, porridge, scrambled egg. Okay. Alright. Let's throw the fur back in here. Let's put the bowls and stuff in here. I think one of the bowls vanished, so it probably degraded down to nothing. I should put these wine bottles here as well. Go grab myself some more food. I will take a flatbread. How come we only have one meat with gravy? And so many mushroom soups. I'll take another old porridge and a couple of old scrambled eggs. How's the meat with gravy production looking? Supposed to be making 1 per day. Okay. Making roast meats over here. Alright, that's all good. Are there any dried meats that need to be gotten rid of? Dried fish and 8 regular dried meat. Oh, how many eggs? 25. Okay, cool. We have plenty of cabbages, plenty of new carrots and cabbages actually. We had to sell some of this. Some eggs, some fish meat, got some mushrooms plentiful. Some extra roasted meats here. You know what? Let's get rid of these older roast meats because they have plenty available to them. Alright. Dried fish meats. That filled that barrel. Roast meats. Okay. Time is it getting kinda late? That is the village where we can buy donkeys. I'm tempted to have a run out there. Do we have everything we might need? Not enough to buy the donkey. Because we're also going to need to buy saddlebags and shit like that, right? So... I'm just wondering, where does animal feed go? They finish making it. It doesn't go into food storage, I hope, because that would be weird. This is people food, not animal food. So it probably goes into resource storage. I just want to see how much we have after like a day or so. Yeah, there it is, 2. Alright. Okay. Pull out the bow. And we're gonna head over there. Spend the rest of the day running out to Tutkia, and we'll see how much donkeys do actually go for. It's at 11 o'clock already. Holy shit. The day moves fast. Yeah, like I said, today I gotta go to the store after we've done here, so we'll probably be finishing in about an hour. And, yeah, I need to go get just a few things like bread, cream, and the deodorant for Shy. She's practically run out. She asked me last week, she was like, when you go to the store, can you buy deodorant? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I totally forgot. Oh, and there is an ad break in progress. You went during lunch? Nice. So yeah, yeah, I need to go get that. A couple of other things. Oh, I need to get dishwasher tablets. That's right. I realized yesterday when I put the dishwasher on, I'm like, oh, we've got like 2, you know, packs of cleaning tablets left. I do need to empty the dishwasher though and run a cleaning thingy through it. We have 2 of them. So I gotta do all that. But yeah, oh, and deli meats. I usually buy like the pre-packaged stuff, but Shy's not a fan of it. Like, I don't buy the really cheap, horrible, gross ones. Like, I try to at least buy, you know, halfway decent. But going to the actual counter and getting this, like, sliced meats, they're expensive, but they are better. And some of them are on sale right now, so I do want to go and get those before the sale finishes. Hey, there's a bundle here. Apples? Yo! Is there wool fabric? Shears? Awesome. Loot. Loot is good. You buy the shitty gross ones for nostalgia taste, you get the luncheon meat style. Ugh. Processed all to hell and full of water. I bought, this is the thing, right, that because the stuff I have is still processed, but it's like slightly a grade above luncheon meat level of processed food. But let's not kid ourselves. If it comes as a perfect circle, it's processed. That's not natural. Oscar Mayer bologna. Well, I mean, you know, bologna's nice. That's not bad, you know, like fried as well. Fried on a sandwich is good. With a little bit of mustard. So yeah, I mean, I get, like, if it comes and it's like perfect circles, it's processed. Don't kid yourself because it looks like natural meat. If it looks like it, then they've gone to lengths to make it look like actual. Yeah, well, it is natural meat, but, you know, they've gone to lengths to make it look not processed, but it is. This is actual, you know, chunks of ham and roast turkey breast that I'm gonna go get, so it's nicer. But I bought, like, a while back, big value pack of the stuff I bought, and I was like, I can, you know, open up, because it was like two separate sealed packs, which were full of huge amounts of it, and I was like, I'm going to take half a portion out of each, and I'm going to put them in Ziploc bags, and I'm going to freeze them, and I got turkey and ham, so we had like 8 packs in total, then 8 portions worth, and I'm like, great. When I defrosted the first set, like, round of it, it was watery, like all the water came out of it, and it was gross. Like a day later, it was just kind of gross tasting and feeling and smelling, and I was like, it wasn't off, it didn't like spoil, but it didn't do nice things to it for freezing it either, so I'm like, well, there's no value for me here, because I can't eat through all this before it spoils, you know, so what's the value? If I can't freeze it to store it well, it's no good to me. I'm making you hungry. Okay, so here we have saddles cost 1,000. Oh my god. Saddlebags as well. Smaller ones are like 500. Shit. Large ones are like... I'd want to do it right from day one. So we need like a couple of thousand, we'll say, all round. 2.5 grand stored up. Because I think I might need horseshoes.
See you around.
And then how much are the donkers? How much is a donker? Oh, 560. 560. Yeah, so they don't cost as much. I thought they'd be like a couple of thousand. But they don't cost as much. Well, okay then. And that's literally the only trader they have here is a donkey merchant. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go get some of that stuff. Garlic paste for the dinner tonight is something I'm gonna get. We have garlic bulbs in the house still, but I don't know how old they are. They've been there a while. So... And I don't want to have to mess around. Like, I have a really cool chopping thing though for garlic. It's... I'm gonna go and grab it. Kitchen is literally there. I'll be back in a second. So basically it's this. Let's go full screen briefly, show you guys what it looks like. You can see it better. It's this thing here, and it's like a spinny top. You open up the clip top, and inside is a blade. All right, you fill that with bits of garlic or small pieces of onion or whatever you need really finely chopped, and then you put it on the countertop and roll it back and forward. And the thing inside spins, and it's literally like 2 or 3 lengths back and forward, and it's finely minced. So it's very, very good. It is the best thing I have bought kitchen gadget-wise in forever. It's a Starfruit brand as well. And it's great! It's so good! Like... I was super impressed. Like I got a garlic press, you know, like where you crush them down, but I always find all you end up with is a sandwich flat of garlic inside the press, and a little bit of it goes bloop and sticks out of the holes. You cut it off with a knife, and then you open it up and you've just got this wad of compressed garlic in the middle, and I'm like, these are fucking shit. They never work like you see on like, you know, on cooking recipe shows and reels on Instagram, and you see people go crunch, and it's like this big load of garlic goes boop and falls out, and they just scrape it off, and it's like they never show that wad of compressed garlic in the middle that you then have to take out anyway and chop up with a knife. And I'm like, the whole point of this is so I don't have to do that. So I got this instead. If I need finely minced garlic, this is what I use now. But sometimes I don't want to even go through that much of a mess of peeling the garlic bulbs and chopping up and throwing them in there. I just buy a tube of mashed garlic paste. And that's that. So yeah, let's get back to the game and move on. Little interlude there. Kitchen gadgets with Matt. Kitchen gadget reviews. I should probably do that, you know? Set up a playlist on my YouTube channel and be like, this is a review of a kitchen gadget that I bought. No, I don't buy that many gadgets. Like, there's that. We do have a garlic press. And... oh, I bought an egg ring. Like, even Shy has a distaste for any kind of gadgety, gimmicky things in the kitchen. And just buying like a ring to do a fried egg in, that alone was like, why? And I'm like, because sometimes you want to just put it on a muffin and you don't want it to be like just a big wide floppy piece of egg, you know. And she's like, oh my god. So many gadgets. And an egg slicer as well, you know, like the thing where you just put the egg inside and you pull the lid down and there's like wires inside that cut it into slices. And she's like, why do you want one of those? And I'm like, because, you know, I boil an egg and I might want it sliced up to put on a sandwich. She's like, well, just use a knife. And I'm like, it doesn't come out the same. Not the same at all. So yeah, these are what qualify as kitchen gadgets to my wife. To me, it's just an everyday utensil. But that's very gadgety. That thing is gadgety to hell. Those break so easily though. What, the egg slicer? I've never had one break in my life. I had one in England for years. I didn't ship it out here with all my kitchen stuff. I forgot to put it in and I was annoyed with myself. I was like, she doesn't have one. So I bought one here. So... and I had it for like, I've had it for like 8 months now, probably. Yeah, probably like 8 months or so. And she only just noticed it a couple of weeks ago. Because I just left it out on the draining board drying. And she was like, what is that? Because it also looks like it's like an egg shape with like a chicken's face at the top. It wasn't just like a plain piece of plastic. Oh god, no. But I've never broken one of those in my life, so I don't know how you've managed to break one though. Maybe you had a shitty one, they break from the base that you put the egg on? Yeah, I've never had that. I mean, I can see the hinge possibly over time becoming a problem. The one I had in England, I mean, maybe this one will be different because it is 2 pieces of plastic with a screw in the middle and a grommet probably, so it's like just a moving hinge. So yeah, maybe this one will. But the one I had in England was like just a square wire frame with the wires in the middle, like a square, not wire, like tube frame, like piece of steel tube frame, and that just sat inside like a clip basically that was like worked over the top of it. So there was no actual hinge as such. It was just a piece of metal held in place by another one and it just rotated on its own. That's what I had. And then the plastic base to put the egg on. So that never broke. If this one breaks, then I'll know the pain that you've been experiencing. I'll be like, ah, it's that style. Gotcha. That's what causes the breakages. Yeah. What I'm going to do now is go grab some sticks and we'll finish this this bit of fence. I don't think I have any more fences to finish though. I did build all the others last stream, if I remember. Yeah, just go to the UK and buy an egg slicer, you know. There you go. I mean, I personally tried to find one that wasn't quite as gimmicky looking, but this was the only one there was. There's only one stick in here? Come again? What's happened to all the sticks? Are you struggling to... How many sticks do you use? 1.87 a day. Oh, this guy here will be using all the sticks because he makes baskets. That's right. 30 so we need like maybe 32 sticks a day. I just have to check all my production now. What are you making sticks wise? 42 sticks a day. So where's the other 10 gone? Nobody else needs to use sticks for anything. It's literally just the workshop and the smithy. I guess I'm going out deadfall gathering, but I was expecting to find like 100 plus sticks in there. Your goal to enter UK borders? I need to buy an egg slicer. Welcome to the UK. Yeah, pretty much. You know, you never know. They might let you in. They'll be like, well, I've heard weirder reasons for people wanting to come to the UK than buying an egg slicer, so go for it. Yeah. Like, so are you here on vacation, visiting family friends, or are you coming in for work? Nah, I want to buy a kitchen utensil. Understandable. Have a nice day. Yeah. And there was a show in the early 2000s, or late 90s, I guess, to early 2000s, that was about Heathrow Airport. I mean, it was set in Heathrow Airport. And it followed a few different departments, you know, of like the people there. Like there was one airline that opted in to the show's broadcaster, and they were like, yeah, sure. I think it was BBC that did it, so, or maybe ITV, I don't know. But yeah, whichever channel was making the show, there was this one like budget airway, kind of a Ryanair. I've forgotten which one it was now, but it wasn't like British Airways or anything, not a big carrier, a smaller one. And yeah, they had one of their like ground crew, like service departments opt in, and so it followed, you know, the people that run the check-in desks and stuff like that, and man the gates to get people on the planes, and, you know, organize that stuff. Not the actual air crew themselves, because then they would fly off, you know, but it was the people who were there all day in the airport, like the service crew. So it followed them, and it would follow somebody working in the luggage handling department, and the like stuff that they had to basically fly on the wall, stuff that they had to do through the day. And also the customs guys, the border officers, you know, there was like a few border officers that they would follow around. So of course you got to see them like talking to people who were coming into the country, and they had like dodgy paperwork and things like that, or no paperwork at all, just thinking they could walk in. And yeah, like, well, I just, you know, I want to come here to work. And it's like, did you go through immigration channels? No. You need to. Sorry, but you got to do all that. And they're like, yeah, I know, I should have done. And I thought I could just come in and say that I was here on holiday, and it's like, and then you never leave. Yeah. So yeah, you saw a lot of like really tragic stuff sometimes. Like there were people who they were like, the officers were like, I don't want to have to send this person away, but I'm gonna have to turn them around and put them back on a plane because, yeah, we've got rules, unfortunately, and I'm on camera, so I can't disobey them, is what they weren't saying out loud. But I can imagine that show, and then Felix rocks up to the counter and purpose of visit? Yeah, I'm buying an egg slicer. Okay. I wonder how that would go down if that show was broadcasting today. Oh, you watched it? Yeah, it was very good. It was a great show. And it's at least truthful. Yeah, that's it. I'm not lying. I'm here literally to do that, you know. Yeah, the Heathrow series, it was good, right? Yeah, and then how they'd arrest a person who committed fraud or something. Yeah, I remember one. There was a connecting flight coming through Heathrow from, I think, Turkey and going on somewhere else, you know. And, oh god, these two guys, boomer-aged, of course, thought they were being funny. When they were being asked, like, for declarations at the check-in desk, you know, and did you pack your luggage yourself, and yada yada yada. Has anybody handed you anything that you needed to put in your luggage that you didn't know about, and so on. So, of course, after they'd answered those questions, one of the other guys turned to the other one and he was like, did you remember to pack the hashish? You know, like, and the person sitting at the desk just looked at them and said, excuse me? And they were joking, and he was like, no, please don't. Don't joke about this kind of stuff. I don't know that you're joking. I don't know that wasn't a slip of the tongue. I don't know that you're being funny or not, or you're trying to hide truth in humor. And now you've made a thing of it. So they were like, okay, so we're gonna have to delay your boarding, and we're gonna pull your luggage to be searched, and I need you to go over there and talk to the security desk and hand them this slip. And it's like, oh shit. It's like, oh, and they called the security officer over to take them away. And literally, like, the whole of the, like, pre-boarding period, the 2 hours that they would have had to just hang around the lobby and everything and wait, they spent in interrogation. And eventually they let them on the flight, but with a very stern caution to do not joke about this kind of shit in an airport, please, because you've just wasted all our time. Even though we knew you were wasting our time, and that makes it even worse. They were very angry with these guys, and I was sat there watching it like, oh, you done fucked up. Oh man, proceed to that room, yeah. Oh. And there's someone... Ooh. Odalan. Odalan, could you please stop this weird thing that you are doing, bro? Okay, just no. There is no sliding around in this town, okay? There's no sliding around in this town, Odalan, alright? Don't do that. That's creepy. You're upsetting the populace, and by populace I mean me. Don't make me get my torch out and, like, we need to burn the witch. Burn the witch, guys! No. Anyway, yeah, as someone who has gone through a border here in Canada in 2015, and the guy at the passport control was like, suspicious, because I'm traveling alone, and at the time I was unemployed in the UK, I had no job, and I wasn't doing this. So they were like thinking to themselves, how did you pay for your ticket? If you don't have a job, and it's like, dude, I have plenty of money because my parents are rich, sorry, but that's just the... I hate telling people that, but, you know, anyway, it didn't come to that with him. He just scribbled a bunch of red ink all over my entry card, handed it back to me and said, there's a door over there before you go to get baggage claim. This was in the old terminal. Now you go get your bags first, and then you try to leave and show your entry card and passport to the person at the desk, and then they send you through the door, you know. But yeah, he was like, that door over there, please. I need you to go through there first and wait in line, and someone will have more words with you. And I was like, okay. I'd never done that before. So, you know, I went in, and sure enough, yeah, I waited a while. I was first in line. There was no line, but there were two guys on the desks working, and they both had people with them, and eventually one of them finally finished and called me over. Like 40 minutes later of, well, no, 20 minutes I'd say of standing there, and another 20 minutes chatting, and then I could finally go get my bloody bags, you know. And yeah, the only thing that, I guess not the only thing, but the thing that sold it for him, that I was legit visiting and paid for my own ticket, was I still had my booking like confirmation printout with credit card information on it, or the last 4 digits, billing address, that kind of thing. And of course I then showed him the credit card I still had with me, and I'm like, I used this to buy the tickets, you know. And he's like, perfect, no problem then. And there's the return flight on there already prepaid, and he's like, yeah, okay, you're obviously not coming to sneak in. That was 2015. 2016 Christmas I came again to, you know, visit Shy, and the terminal had been updated and changed, and now I went to go get my luggage. The guy on the desk, again, you know, the passport control was just talking to me and asked me my purpose of visit, and I was still unemployed. Didn't ask me any questions, but he didn't stamp my passport, I noticed, and just did something with my entry card, handed it back to me. There you go, go get your luggage, please, and then show that to the desk on the way out. I went to the desk on the way out, and they were like, you need to go through that door there. This is a new area, so it was different from the place I'd been to previously. Into a huge room, loads of desks all along the back walls, with border agents working their asses off, like with queues of people waiting to be talked to, and I was like, whoa. And the guy at the front desk there was like, hi sir, can I take your passport please? And he was like looking at it, he's like, are you visiting, or are you here for immigration? And I said, I'm visiting. And he's like, okay. He opened up the passport, looked at the border card, stuffed it back together, shoved it in a folder, put it to one side, and he was like, please take a seat, somebody will call you over when they're ready. And I'm like, okay. That felt awful. I was like, you have my passport. Ah! Suddenly in a foreign country with no documents. You know, like my personal documents have been taken away from me, and it's like, whoa. Much sterner that time round than the previous time I'd visited. But again, it was the same concerns. I'm visiting a female friend, I'm unemployed, I'm traveling solo, so questions needed to be answered. I was like, I don't like this. I feel like a criminal already and I'm not doing anything wrong. I just want to visit my friend in Canada, you know. Like, what the hell? Oh boy. Love watching the Australian border controls. Now, I don't really watch TV anymore. Like, we don't have a TV service here. We could plug something in and get whatever free capable TVs there are. But we don't have like a TV package. Mostly here in North America, it's always some package that you have to take. So yeah, we don't have that. So we don't catch those anymore. I would be scared. I was actually kind of nervous. I was like, they're going to put me on a plane and send me home. I've seen this before. You know, I've seen this on the Heathrow TV show. This is how this shit works. Oh my god. You know, but they're only doing their jobs. I wasn't pissed off at them already. Some people would go, why do I need to go through all this? And I'd be like, shut up, sit down. You need to go through all this because they just need to ask you a few questions, grow the fuck up, you know. Like, there's no point kicking up a fuss about it. Get on with it. You know, like, get on with your day. Flax stalks. Why do I still have loads of flax stalks? Do I need those for something? Why have I not turned those into linen fabric? Does the barn need them for anything? Producing flax stalks. Oh, maybe that's why we have loads, because they're producing flax stalks, of course. I've got them processing the flax into flax stalks and grain. That's right. Rather than me needing to do it. Yeah. Alright, I can turn these into linens. I forgot that was the thing I was doing. So we can turn these into linen thread. So yeah, you know, like having seen it on TV, knowing what this was about, I was like kind of nervous, even though I have no reason to be, because I wasn't breaking the law. They'd have no reason to turn me around except for their gut feelings. And I answered every question truthfully. I even passed the guy, like, my phone, you know. He asked, like, who I was visiting and do we converse over any instant messaging services? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then he was like, would you mind if I look? If you pass, he says, you can say no, of course. And I'm like, well, I have no reason to say no, so let me open up the thing for you. Here you go, and passed him my phone. And he's like, okay. He looked through our messages, and he was like, I would like to do what we call a skim check of your phone. And I said, what's that? He said, what we do is we just look at, I will pick a few contacts on your phone and look at your text messages. I will look at some of the social media contacts if that's okay. And I said, yeah, sure. Because what he wants to make sure is, you know, there's no like conversation with someone else where I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to get to Canada and never fucking leave, you know? Yeah, totally. These guys are gonna fall for my routine at the border and all that shit, right? You know, like some people are stupid enough to just have blatant criminal conversations with other people on their phones, right? You know? So yeah, he probably looked at like, he saw dad, you know, and looked at dad and checked messages, and you know, they would have seen have a good holiday and we'll see you in 2 weeks when you get back and blah blah blah, right? You know, so things like that just helped. And you know, just calmly talk to these people. Don't kick up a fuss, there's no need, you know. That just makes them more suspicious, and then it makes them even angrier, you know, because they had no reason to be suspicious because you had clear evidence that you are here just on holiday, but they don't know that till they see it. So yeah, I didn't begrudge any of this. Okay, what are we gonna do in this day? What time is it? 11:30. I've got about a half hour left. You had something similar when you went to America. 2 hours of questioning by TSA because I was visiting my now ex for the first time, and they asked how long we'd been together for and how long I'd known and then why I hadn't visited before. Yeah, they just need to know, because they don't know us. They need to know these things, and it's their job. My answer I gave to not visiting before was I was broke, I got a raise at work, and now I can afford it. Yeah, that's it. They just want to see They don't care what the answer is most of the time as well, as long as when you say it, it makes sense, sounds natural, doesn't sound rehearsed or made up, you know. I got really sarcastic with the TSA by the end of the 2 hours because it was constantly the same. Yeah, TSA in America are a little bit more aggressive. The Canadian border guard, he just asked every question once and was satisfied with that. He asked how I was able to afford my tickets, and I did say to him, look, I don't like bragging about it because it's not bragging, but my dad ran a company for many years. He left lots of money for me. I mean, he's still alive, but he like put a load of money to one side for me. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, so I have personal savings that I've been living on. And that's, you know, maybe not a great thing to disclose to someone who works all day for a living, but at the same time, that is the truth. And he's like, okay. And he's like, can you prove this? And I said, no. He says, do you not do online banking? I said, I do, but I don't know the passwords and stuff. They're all on my computer at home with like the password saver, you know. And he's like, I said, because there's a client number I need to put in, and then the password, and then the security questions. He's like, okay. I said, I never set it up on my phone, and I don't intend to, because if I lose that phone, people have my bank account on that phone. You know, if somebody steals it, basically. And he's like, well, that makes sense, you know. He said, I don't like to do online banking either, I think he even said to me. So I was like, yeah. And I didn't expect to be stopped, so I didn't print out bank statements, you know. And I said, no, most of it isn't in a bank, it's in investments, which I wouldn't have access to on my phone or online. It's all paperwork, so I didn't think to bring any of it with me. When I came here, 2018, I brought all that shit with me. Like, I'm gonna put a statement from all my fucking things just in case I get stopped a third time, because now I've been stopped twice. I'm probably on a permanent flag, you know. And I didn't get stopped at the border. The guy let me through, and I was like, God fucking damn it. I was like, are you kidding me? You're not gonna ask me 20 questions today? Okay, well that's good, but fuck. I prepared this time. I came with homework, you know. I don't know what we're gonna do to fill this day. We have some trade goods. I suppose we may as well go and sell them. It was so funny though. I was like, now I'm on to you guys. Oh shit, I just took all, I don't want to put my coin in there. Now I'm on to what you guys are gonna ask me, you know. Yeah. Where are we gonna go? Rolnica or Denica? Let's go to Denica. So yeah, I came prepared and they didn't even ask me a damn question. Well, he asked me questions, but he was obviously satisfied at the passport desk with my answers. And then when I came here for the wedding, I came with my parents, so that was never a problem. Went up to the desk together as a group, and because my mum had a wheelchair, like that she was being wheeled through. She didn't need a wheelchair, but it was better for her to have one. Like, we did the whole like disabled pass thing so that she could be taken to the desk herself, and we all went with as a group. So we just went through as a group, wasn't traveling alone. Purpose of visit, getting married, yay! And it's not like in America, you know, where if you marry in the borders, then suddenly you have some kind of like right to stay, I think, or something like that. There's a loophole. They don't have that here in Canada. It's like, then you fuck off and go home because you're not a citizen and you don't have residence status here yet. So use that to get residence status and then you can stay, which is what we did. And then when I came over, you know, for immigration, I was coming with immigration documents, so of course I had to go through the whole thing. But, you know, by then they'd gotten rid of most of the passport control desks, and it was just kiosks, and you make your declarations there using an online system that you had to pre-fill and upload documents to. And, you know, maybe a human being wants to check it, maybe they don't. But I had to go through immigration then, so that was expected. Yeah, they're a bit more aggressive in America for sure. Like, they treat it like a cop show interrogation program where they try to catch you out in a lie by having you repeat the same thing over and over again. And 2 hours ago you told me something different. Like, dude, I'm tired and I'm fed up and I'm frustrated. Fuck you, you know? Yeah. I also remember the phrase from the series, if Heathrow sneezes, the whole of Europe catches a cold. Yes, because well, it's the, you know, one of the most, well, yeah, I think it's one of the most connected airports and one of the busiest airports in the world next to Chicago and JFK, I think. I think JFK is the most connected. Like, it has the most connections to international destinations than any other airport, or at least in America, it does. Alright, you are going to get my dried meats. You can have some feathers. You can have these roasted meats. Some baskets. And some water skins and a couple of bottles. Yeah, money! Money to buy a donkey. Oh, and buckets. Nice. Who's camping out here? Yeah, and if you didn't do anything wrong, it is all okay. Investments are always good. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I packed all the statements as well. Like, oh, here we go, this guy here. Yeah, he could be our donkey keeper. Yes. We'll have to remember he's here then. I'm not going to buy him, and I'm not going to... We don't buy people in this game, guys. It's not that kind of game. I'm not going to hire him until I actually have a donkey, you know? But yeah, at least we know there's a guy there for this season. Next season, it might... I mean, it's actually... yeah. We're a day away from autumn, so... He's probably not going to be there in autumn. He might have moved on. But someone else will randomly appear somewhere. We'll find someone. But yeah, I mean, Heathrow being one of the biggest and busiest airports. If something goes through there that's, you know, contagious, it's going places. It's going on holiday. It is definitely one of the largest in Europe, and they were trying to build like a third runway, you know? Like they've got 5 terminals, and they were going to build a third runway to facilitate one of them, and I think eventually it got squashed and then started up again and squashed again, and constantly contested by the people that live around the airport, which, good for them, because, you know, spread that shit out a bit. There's a whole freaking huge runway airport up in the north, Doncaster, that opened up as the biggest or the longest runway in the country. Because, you know, Cold War bombers, it used to be an airbase. Cold War bombers used to fly out of there. The Vulcans used to fly out of there. I think they actually took off there to go to the Falklands. You know, when they did like the 18-hour round-trip bombing runs with refueling on the way back at the Ascension Islands, you know, like, or 2 refuelings. I think they refueled on the way down and on the way back at the Ascension Islands in the middle of the Atlantic. Crazy stuff, the logistics involved. But yeah, the airbase was decommissioned in the 80s and it sat till the late 90s, I think it was, and Doncaster Airport, commercial airport, opened up. It could do with maybe another runway. It's in the middle of fuck all nowhere. Yeah, Frankfurt as well is a big one. A lot of connecting flights to Canada go via Frankfurt. And sometimes when I flew to Iceland, some of the connecting flight options were Frankfurt and then Iceland. And I was like, why go the opposite way to go? No, just send me on a direct flight, please. Much easier. I hate connecting flights to begin with. Buy him. I can buy and sell you, boy. Should have got a damn red paint. Oh no, you're having trouble with the paints. Stuff a load more money in here. This is where I save my money. So we have enough now, I think, to buy saddles. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do that? Okay, I'm going there. We'll work our way towards this. I'm gonna buy the saddle. I'm gonna buy the saddlebag. Going back to Tutkia, and we're gonna buy a saddle and a saddlebag. Getting foggy. That's interesting. Usually... The game doesn't have, like, changing weather through the day. Interesting. You went to paint your D&D character. Ah, he's got a Roman shield, cloak and helmet. Yeah, oh, you would need red then, for sure. Gotta make it look right. Gotta wear the bloody red cloaks of a soldier. But man, I mean, you know, it was... Getting here was an experience. Let's put it that way. And it's one I'm glad I've had. I wouldn't want to do it ever again in my life, but I'm glad I did it. It gives me perspective on stuff. You know, like... Especially when, you know, I was going through the immigration, or even building up to doing the immigration process, and I'd still have small-minded boomer age relatives bitching and whining about how, you know, immigration is just an open system and anyone can go anywhere and you don't know what they're doing and why they're there. And I'm thinking, you realize I'm trying to emigrate to another country with a very valid reason, and lots of people like me exist. And like, well, that's fine for you. I'm like, why? Because I'm white, you know. It's when they come from these other countries that you... And I'm thinking, oh my god, how dare these people in poorer nations try to come to a more prosperous country to make a better life for themselves and their families. Oh, it is one of the things, you know, like, it's a polarizing issue for a lot of people, that some people have really wrong-headed opinions about it because all they hear are talking points on Facebook from their equally conservative-minded friends about how the border is just wide open and anyone can bloody walk in. And I think, no, it isn't. We can't. Yeah. I mean, when people enter a country legally, I have a big problem with that. As someone who went through legal, perfectly legal, you know, and complicated channels and long-winded, people that just, like, even here in Canada, people that come into this country illegally, I don't have any respect for. I understand, but I would also at the same time, if they're only coming here to try to make a better life for themselves, but at the same time, it's like, I went through hell to get here to live with my wife. You should have tried to do it the same way, you know, like, please. Because they will get deported if they ever get caught. But then you've got to catch them, and that's the big problem, is the catching them. But I don't have any hate for them, you know. I think to myself, I would have much rather you done it legally, but at the same time, I don't hate them for it, you know? Like some people do. But then people think that all whenever you say the word immigration to people, they think illegal immigration and pair them together. And then when you challenge them on that, you know, like, so I shouldn't be here? Like, if somebody in this country were mouthing off about immigrants, and if I stood up and challenged them and said, I moved here to live with my wife, are you saying that I shouldn't be here? I went through the immigration process. And they'll be like, oh, no, you're fine. And I'll be like, why am I fine then? What are you talking about? You're confusing immigration, which is legal, with illegal immigration, which is illegal. And it's already illegal, but they're bitching about how it should be made illegal. Shouldn't be allowed. It's like, well, it's not, because it's illegal. It's not allowed. Neither is speeding, but you probably drive over the speed limit, you know. Maddens me. As you can tell, I have feelings about this. Where's the donkey merchant? Here you are.
Hello.
Show me your wares. I want this large saddlebag for my donkey, and I want this saddle for my donkey, which I don't have yet.
Take care.
But no, sorry, Walred, after you. Go ahead.
But I'm sure I saw this bloody donkey carrying a knife.
Alright, let's go. Now we have to save up for a donkey. But anyway, you know, it's like, I don't think people understand enough about the process, and having gone through it is what I'm trying to say, is I understand a lot more about what is and isn't doable, and what is and isn't legal, and how the legal method, while exhausting, is thorough nonetheless. So I don't really put a lot of weight behind people who then say that it's not, and try to declare it that it's just an open border. Because they're talking out of their arse and they don't know what they're talking about. They've never been through an immigration process, so it's not really. We had to send dozens of pictures of Shy and myself together in different places with annotations written on the back about where they were taken, when, and by who. We had to give them our family details and contact information. We had to declare non-family members who knew about our relationship to prove that our marriage is genuine. So they could go and talk to these people at any time and say, did you know these two people got married from two different countries? So we both picked mutual friends of ours, you know, two mutual friends, and said to them, do you mind if we put you on the paperwork? And they said, yes, it's fine, go ahead. And one of them we said was my friend, and the other one we said was Shy's friend, even though they're both mutual friends. You know, and they're also international friends from other countries. And then we had to write out like a whole couple of pages worth of a description about our relationship up to that point, like when we first met in person and how we first met in person, and online meeting and so on, and you know, how did we cross each other's path. So we had to sit down and write out an essay about how our relationship evolved from being friends to being a couple to getting engaged, where we did it, when we did it, and then the wedding, you know, and so on. And the fact that both our sets of parents went, and mine came with me from England. We had to go through all that, jump through all these hoops, declaring personal details on such an intricate level to some bureaucrat sitting in an embassy in London who was handling my case, so that we can prove that this is not some sham marriage. And then you've got to hope that they exercise some brain cells to agree with you. You know? Yeah, it's not just a case of marry someone from another country and you're in. You know, like, it's an ignorant point of view is all I'm getting at. Yeah, oh my god. The idea is getting stuck in their head so deep. It is, and they don't understand it. Such a problem to get out of their heads. Yeah, because people, I mean, I'm probably guilty of it as well, sitting in echo chambers every now and then of my own opinions. Everybody seeks out that which makes them feel comfortable, or makes them feel among their own and, you know, among agreeable company. We are social creatures, and that's just deeply ingrained within us, and people are very bad at admitting when they're wrong. And all these things come together as a perfect storm to create ignorant viewpoints. You know? So when they're working legally and paying taxes, yeah, exactly. I mean, I have a social insurance number here in Canada, and I file my taxes now here in Canada. All the money I earn through this streaming, you know, is declared to the Canadian government. I'm doing nothing wrong. I know there are people out there who will do bad things, but there's plenty of people in Canada who are born here, who are Canadian, who are probably also earning money under the table, on the side, not declaring it. How are they any different? The way I view it is, it doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter what country you were born in and where you're living and what your living status is in that country. There are good and bad in all, and it is less about the fact that they are an immigrant and more about the fact that they are just a bad person who happened to immigrate to a country. And there are plenty of good ones as well that you never hear about because they don't make noise. They don't cause a fuss. They're just there, you know? And they outnumber the bad, always. And it's the same, you know, with like native Brits, native Canadians, Native Americans, those types of Native Americans, and, you know, American citizens born and raised in America as well, and any other country, Germans living in Germany who were born and raised there and so on. There are plenty of good and there's a minute number of bad. And they do just as many bad things as the so-called bad immigrants do. But they don't look at those because it doesn't confirm their biases, you know, so... where can I put these saddles? Yes, there is a chest in here. Great, let's do this. We'll put them in here. Saddlebags. Saddles. Excellent. We're getting ready for a donkey. Making good progress. It is getting very foggy. I don't remember this game really having changing weather patterns during the course of the day. You know? That's weird. Alright. We need to put down some more furniture. This place here needs a couple of log chairs. What do we need for those? Benches, log bench, 3 logs for log benches. But if I go get 6 logs, I think I need for fire 12 stone, 6 firewood. So 6 logs, 12 stone, 6 firewood. Yeah, that's a... Nobody when challenged can really fully explain their problem in a logical way, because it's usually based on irrational, like, you know, dogpiling, and yeah. But they never see the problem either, so... Do we have... I have dropped the ball. No, we do. Where's the firewood at? Maybe people just have it in their inventories. Oh dear. I'm gonna get... You know what, let's just get as much wood, as many logs as I can carry. And I need to create, let's see, 10 then, yeah. I need 6 logs for the furniture. And we'll throw the remaining firewood back into storage. I forgot I'm making firewood manually now. Anyway, sorry guys, I got all political for a moment. This is why I took the rule for, like, no politics off the channel, because it's hard to get away from, you know. Where are we gonna put these benches? We could put one here, and we could put one here, maybe? We do try not to get too political, but that is something that, having gone through what I've been through, does... you know, it's important to me to get those opinions off my chest. There we go. And what else can we make? Like, I need to start making chests. Don't have the scheme for it now. We do. 8 planks for chests. Okay. I'm gonna make a bunch of planks, and I'm gonna make some chests over there. Yeah, it happens. Just, you know, old man Matt over here grumbling away as always about stuff like, oh my god, he's off again. Just ignore me, it's fine. Oh, we got loads of planks here. Alright. Well, I'll take 26. Chests have a better storage capacity than barrels, so... Alright. This is where we are going to store all the stuff that we ship out in the future. It's going in these. These are all empty. We can get rid of them. Smash! There we go. I really do want to do some more of these decorations eventually. We have all these things like laundry workstations and stuff. I haven't unlocked any of these. Hunting workstations like tanning racks and so on. I don't think they're used specifically for jobs. Some of them are just decorative as well. But some of them aren't. Like if we look at this hunting workstation here, leather tanning station. The type of furniture provides aesthetic value but can be used by the villagers, so I think they will use these as places to go and work. I don't know if it will create more job spaces, but that would be interesting if it does. And farming workstations, like, we always had the compost bins, but now we have butter churning and that kind of thing, and defeathering and hay piles and fishing nets. We have a bell post. Privies. We don't have the scheme for that. Carts. They're all just decorations. I'd like to eventually, you know, fill up the whole place with decoration. That would be very cool. Alright. How many logs do we have? Let me put these 11 planks away. $42. Loads of logs. Yeah, do they do anything? That's the thing I don't know, because I've never put them down. I don't remember them from when I was playing this game in, like, our first season, either. So I think they were added in future updates, just to add more decorative value. But it does say that the people use them, or can be used by, you know, the people in the town, by the townsfolk. So I'm like, huh, interesting. Alright, so we're coming up to autumn. Building the herbalist hut would be a great idea. The herbalist will be someone who goes out and gathers mushrooms, and mushrooms are pretty much always in autumn. So we can try to get more of this done. This is just sticks and straw. And we will want our chicken coop eventually as well. So I'm going to install logs in the coop. Yeah. And again, sticks and straw. These will be the jobs we crack on with next stream. Hey, Yuri, hello. How's it going, Yuri? How has life been treating you? We got a lot done. Oh my god. We got, I should drink as well. I keep forgetting to drink and eat. There we go. Put these bowls and plates away. Two bowls. Three bowls. There we go. All bowls. You're going to surgery tomorrow, so just trying to breathe. Oh man. Good luck. I do hope everything goes well. I'm sure it will. I'm sure everything will be fine. But yeah, that day before, it's like, yeah. Do pop in when you're able afterwards and let us know how everything went. What was I gonna do real quick before we close out? I feel like I was gonna make a quick adjustment to something, but I don't know what. Oh, I was going to look how much actual food we have left. Loads of mushroom soup still, loads of porridge getting made, loads of scrambled egg. No meat though. With onions. No meat and gravy. I'm not sure about that. Why is the... These mushrooms are about to expire. We're gonna need to go mushroom picking in autumn. Which again is why I would like, very much, to get a herbalist. I might be a bit more of my affable self for a bit. Oh, absolutely. Oy. Yeah, I was just telling people, I went to a doctor here in town for the first time in Canada, you know, and the first time in several years actually having any kind of medical check. The last time I had a check was my immigration, like, medical exam. Before they began processing my application, and that was in 2021. So it was like, okay, I brought my medical history with me, but it's just a printout of different things that I've had done, like, you know, and not really any information about my current vitals or anything like that. So they're like, well, we'll get a full checkup done, and, you know, we'll give you a physical, and I'm gonna go and get blood work done at the lab on Saturday, and then a week after that, when they've got the results, I can go discuss them with the doctor. But overall, I mean, I'm in fairly good health. Like, his examination came up with nothing bad. You know, it was like, okay, everything's good that we can see, like, in this stage, doing the physical. So we'll get the blood work back, and hopefully there's nothing we need to talk about there, and we're good, you know, and then you can just come back like semi-regular intervals and get another checkup here and there. And I'm like, yeah, cool, because I'm in my 40s now, so it's like, you know, prostate's becoming an interesting point, especially when I enter my 50s as well. There'll be many other things. So, but overall, you know, and I had nothing to report. He's like, so everything seems good. The only thing that wasn't good, this ear was completely stopped up with wax. Ew. So when he put the camera in there and showed it to me, it was like, yeah, that's not good. That could become infected. So he's like, so go get an olive oil based spray, talk to the pharmacist and tell them, you know, oh no, we've got the kid now. Oh! Yeah. We have a child. I forgot the child would be born in autumn. What is our son going to be called? Select a name from this fucking list. Holy shit. Olaf. What are we gonna cut? Well, let's look for something that's similar to my name. But anyway, yeah, I got a spray for it. Used it 2 days, and it came out like while I was like laying the other way after I'd let it soak in and held a tissue there. I felt something go to the end of my ear, and I was like, oh. I reached in and I'm like, it's there. It's literally sitting in the end, and bloop, it came out. Horrible big biff. Yeah, wax plugs. Perfect time for 2 minutes of ads. Oh man, I missed it. I'm not getting the notification anymore about them coming up so that I can snooze them. I would have snoozed that. Sorry about that. Well, we'll hold off picking a name until the ad break is done. We've got nothing similar to Matthew. That's what I was... Oh, Manfred? That's my father-in-law's name.
W-O-O-O, we back, baby.
Talon! My dude, thank you for 14 months of resubbing. Wow. How's life? How are things with you? We are actually just finishing here right now as well, so we're picking a name for our son, and then we're going to save the game, and I need to go grocery shopping, but thank you, do appreciate it. Hope all is well. Okay, welcome back everybody from the ad break. I didn't pick a name yet until we get you guys back in here. I'm sorry about the ads, but it's the only way I can get rid of like pre-rolls, which... You know, I'm hoping it'll all help. You just woke up? Man, yeah. Still feeling kind of under the weather and low sleep. Did you have a good rest, though? Hopefully you've slept a lot better. But yeah, we're just trying to pick a name for our son. We have a child now. Oh, there we go. I'm going with this. Helmut. Ludaslaw was cool. Yeah, that's not a bad name. Ludaslaw. Do you feel like complete dog crap? Yeah, I'm so sorry, my dude. I hope you start to feel a lot better soon. Ludoslaw. Nickname him Ludo. Yes. Oh, there's Ludwig. Ludwig is a very good name. I do kind of like Ludwig. Bear in mind that when this character we're playing dies, this is the character we get to play. I think I'm gonna go with Ludwig. Oh, mobile keyboard, you don't feel like complete dog crap. Oh, okay. That's even better then. See, you're feeling better already. That's the magic of this channel, you know? You went from feeling like dog crap to not. You're welcome. That's what subbing to my channel does, guys. It has medicinal properties. There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, she's carrying an... Oh, there we go. Boing! Hey, baby! Ah! Well, Life is over. Life as we know it has ended. Our character has a child, and everything changed. Now he's stashing twice as much beer outside the house. Ludwig von Wolftoven. Yes, there we go. That came out eventually. That's the name of this child now, yes. Ludwig von Wolftoven. Sends all the bad effects to one other subscriber, usually me. Yes, exactly. We have there's a really weird bit of witchcraft that I installed. It's an extension here on Twitch that does that. It's interesting. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. We've got a good name. Ludwig is also the first name of one of your favorite economists. There we go. So this kid is going to be really, really good at math. Is where we're going here. But for the first, I guess, 12 to 14 years of its life, it's going to be a useless mouth that we have to feed. But we'll see how that goes next stream, guys, because we are done for the day.